I'm not going to sit here and say I'm an expert on Venom. I'm not. But I did not know that Venom was a comedy. Like, so we have a Predator movie that's a comedy. Now Venom is a comedy. I wonder, like, why they got the director of Zombieland, which I like Zombieland, to do this. But now I know why. And this is spoilers right now. Warning. When it got to the point where the symbiote of Venom possesses a dog this big, a little teeny tiny dog, I just went, he possesses a tiny fucking dog. I mean, bland supporting characters, boring fucking villain that's just the evil opposite of any, Venom. Just like the opposite of, just like in the Marvel movies, people complain about. Oh, it's just an evil version of the hero. Only this one is an evil symbiote called Riot. And a shitty CGI fest ending that I couldn't tell what the fuck was going on. All the action you saw in the trailers. Literally, you watch all the trailers, you've seen all the action. The last scene of the movie is in the trailers. When he grabs the robber, it's like a turd in the wind. That's the last scene of the motherfucking movie. The girlfriend of Eddie Brock is boring. The script is lame. It's a weak as fuck movie. I went into this with lowest expectations. I swear to God, because audiences are going, "This movie's not that bad. This is pretty good. What are critics talking about?" And believe me, I've disagreed with critics a lot. They love The Last Jedi and fucking Ghostbusters 2016, and I hated those fucking movies. So I get going against critics. And there's a lot of times critics have bashed films I enjoy. Believe me, I understand that. This is one time I agree with the critics. I don't get what people are praising about this film. You feel free to let me know. Because is the villain good? No. Is the story good? No. Is the action? Well, you saw on the trailer, so watch the trailers. Then you can tell me how the action is. A turd in the wind? That's how the fucking movie ends? Yeah, the movie is a turd in the wind. It's not as bad as Spider-Man 3 still. Because I had Topher Grease. At least there's few bits of potential, which I saw none of that in Spider-Man 3. Spider-Man 3, some people like that film. To me, it's To Be or Not to Be McGuire, crying every 5 minutes, making Spider-Man into a whiny bitch. And then James Franco getting amnesia as if it's a soap opera called Days of Our Webs or As the Spider Turns. Kirsten Dunst might as well have been a dominatrix with a fucking collar and leash and put it on Peter Parker because he was Mary Jane's bitch. Tell me you love me. It didn't Topher Grace. It's not even Venom. Venom in name only. Vino. Uh, this one, at least, there's sparks. It's potential. But man, so many things, in my opinion, they did wrong. They got the wrong director to make it into a comedy. You could have humor and levity. I'm fine with that. And then everything else was just so bland and boring. That's why Tom Hardy's getting praise. But he's the actor actually trying to do something. Everyone else is just by the numbers. But I'm not a big Tom Hardy guy. There's one film I saw him in I liked. It was called Locke, Locke, where it's a guy going from point A to point B. It all takes place in his car, and through this one night, his whole life changes. His wife leaves him. There's this other girl he was fucking. She's pregnant. Talking with his kids. Talking with his job. Losing his job. Like, that's a good movie with a good role by Tom Hardy. But I'm not a fan of his Bane for Dark Knight Rises. If Sean Connery played fucking Darth Vader. I'm not a fan of him in Mad Max Fury Road. I'm sorry, a Mad Max film where the most boring fucking character is Mad Max. Now, you may not think he had much character development in The Road Warrior, but I'm sorry, Mad Max was not the most boring character in The Road Warrior. He was not the most boring character in Mad Max. But in Fury Road, he's the most boring fucking character. Charlize Theron stole the movie from him. It's called Mad Max. All he did was mumble. Yeah, that says a lot that Charlize Theron stole your own fucking movie, Tom Hardy. So I'm not a big Tom Hardy guy. I would have preferred Frank Grillo. I would have preferred Carl Urban. I would have preferred Thomas Jane. Why does it have to be a younger guy? Thomas Jane, Carl Urban, Frank Grillo. Those are three actors I would have preferred more than Tom Hardy. And Tom Hardy, his character just acts weird a lot. Which I guess weird is not as boring as the other characters, but it's a lot of weird shit. Like him just diving in a fucking lobster tank after eating a bunch of lobster and going, it's dead. Or where the hell to start from this? The first 30 minutes are boring as hell. A ship crashes. Again, all the warning signs were there. Making it PG-13 when they say they're going to make it R. And this seems like a movie that should have been rated R. Heads get bitten off. And I didn't know they got bitten off until someone fucking told me by dialogue you bit his head off. I'm like, they did? I didn't know that. I couldn't fucking tell. So making this PG-13 was a mistake. Making this a fucking comedy, I think, in my opinion, was a fucking mistake. Yeah, I'm not an expert on Venom, so maybe that's how it is in the comics, so maybe I have a problem with the source material. I don't know. And this is not coming from a guy that goes, oh, well, it's Sony, so fuck the movie. Oh, it's not MCU? If you follow my channel, you know how I feel about the recent MCU movies. Not that positive. Don't believe me? Watch my rant on Black Panther. Watch my rant on Infinity War. Want to know why I didn't like them? Feel free to watch them. You don't have to agree, but I'm sticking with my opinion. I mean, the ship crashes, and then the symbiote, which we come to know as Riot, is a fucking idiot because it's having a free ride in an ambulance. But then they attach the ambulance drivers. I'm like, wait a minute. Why are you killing these things? Why are you killing these people when you could take them to a... You could have a free ride to your destination and then kill them. Because what happens? He kills these fucking ambulance drivers and then still has to fucking walk all the way down the fucking road. Because Riot is a fucking moron. Like, you could have had a free ride in an ambulance, man. No, I'm gonna kill these motherfuckers and then I still have to fucking walk. Mile after mile after mile. Because you're a fucking moron. So then we cut to what? San Francisco trees. Tom Hardy with the Eddie Brock report. I don't know. I'm not that sold on Tom Hardy. Maybe with a better script, better different director. I don't know. Like, Tom Hardy, I can't say I'm a big fan. I know even people who hate the film that praise Tom Hardy. To me, though, I don't know. I mean, considering the rest of the movie, I can see why they go towards Tom Hardy. Because at least he's somewhat trying. Whether you disagree with his approach or not, he's trying something. But the bad guy's the leader of the Life Foundation, experimenting, on the remains of the ship, symbiote. And yes, I'm going to call it symbiote, not symbiotes, like they do in the movie. I'm going to call it symbiote. He's kind of a shitty reporter because he has no evidence. He has no backup. He just goes, hey, you're doing human trials, right? I know you're doing human trials, after looking on his girlfriend's laptop. So he got himself fired. He got his lady fired. And so the lady's like, you got me fired. I'm leaving you. Which I can't blame the girl. And there's even a dialogue where the boss says, for a smart guy, you really are a dumbass. That's what the boss tells Eddie Brock. For a smart guy, you really are a dumbass. I'm like, exactly. That's what I thought. And once in a blue moon, the movie cuts back to Riot possessing people. Possesses a woman, slits a guy's throat, as PG-13 as you can get, eating eels, shoots spikes that kills a bunch of people, PG-13 fashion, possesses another woman, and every once in a while goes back to possessing someone. Eddie Brock, it's like months later, he's trying to do meditation, he has a loud asshole neighbor, he goes to the store where this robber holds up, which we'll get to the end of the movie, and this assistant lady at the Life Foundation goes, hey, they're using people's guinea pigs. And Eddie Brock's like, I want nothing to do with it. Find another knight in shining armor. But then the reason he does it is not because of any fucking morality. It's because to impress the fucking woman who is with a new guy. At least they have the decency to have the boyfriend not be just a fucking dickhead. Like the typical cliche way. The boyfriend's actually a nice guy and he's a doctor. So at least they did that. But so he's going into this installation, this facility, I should say, not for any morality, but it seems like to impress this girl to try to get her back. And the assistant, there's no security in this place apparently, because she gets Eddie Brock in very fucking easily. And then he's just rolling around, looking through the doors at all these people with symbiotes. I'm like, there's no fucking cameras, I guess. Again, I guess the security in this is so fucking shitty. I've seen better security at a fucking Walmart than this fucking place. And then the fucking sirens go, he sees this woman, this homeless woman that he recognizes, tries to break her out, and the symbiote gets out and gets into Brock. He runs out, runs through the woods. That's about the first 30-35 minutes of the movie. And you take out the end credits and the mid credits with Cletus Cassidy, who beat Carnage, whoop de fucking do, I don't care. I don't care. If you take all that stuff out, this is really a 90-minute movie. So, like, the first third of the movie is fucking boring. I don't give much of shit about the characters. Not even Eddie Brock. And then what? For, I swear, 25-30 minutes, it's him acting weird. That's what possessed by symbiote makes you. Just weird. What do I mean by that? He's eating frozen food. He's eating frozen french fries. He's eating food from a garbage, and then he gets sick. He tells the noisy neighbor to turn his music down and scares him by making a scary face, the Venom face. And it's played for a laugh. Like, everything with this possession is played for as a laugh. That's one of my big problems with it. Again, this could be, maybe this movie is exactly how the source material is. Then, you know what, I'm going to judge it as I would want to see in a movie. Because that's all I can base it on. I would like to see some of the stuff that I even saw in the 90s Spider-Man cartoon, for fuck's sake, where there's nightmares and no, I am controlling my body. Because at this point, Venom is supposed to be evil. Because him and his cohorts want to bring symbiotes here to conquer the Earth. So there should be this back and forth of morality. And they don't do much with that. Just every once in a blue moon, don't eat people. But nothing really to it. And anything is played for a laugh. Scaring the neighbor for a laugh. Goes to see his former girl who's with the doctor guy, and he's just eating crabs or eating lobsters and dives and settles in a lobster tank. Because he's always hungry. And they put him in the MRI, he freaks out, all these faces happen, which look fucking ridiculous. And then some men come in, and then once again the comedy. He puts his hands up. Venom's like, what are you doing? Put my hands up. You're making us look bad. If you had developed the character and this mentality duality, and then lead us up to some levity like that, okay. But really, this is one of the first interactions these two characters have talking-wise. And one of the first interactions is a fucking joke. And again, maybe if it was developed a little bit, maybe. But it's just like, there's no seriousness to being possessed by a fucking symbiote, I guess. You have a fight scene, which I don't mind the fight scene. But again, you saw a lot of it in the trailer. And again, there's little nuggets of what could have been. Like when Eddie Brock goes by a car window and he sees the Venom face in a car window. And they're talking to each other. There should have been so many more moments of that. But it's not the case. It's really not the case. Because after that, you get the motorcycle chase sequence where the symbiote moves in around to avoid the drones, uses a car door to block a blast, swings the bike around a corner. And then we're at the hour mark and we finally see the full-grown version of Venom. And this is the stuff you saw in the trailer where he picks the guy up. And it looks like he's ready to eat his face, but he doesn't. He gets shot at. And I guess bit this other guy's head off, I guess. Literally just grabbed him by the shoulder and fucking threw him. With his mouth. I don't know if I still don't know if he bit him or not. Bit his head off or not. But again, PG-13. And then they dive in the water, and Venom tells the planet about how the symbiotes are coming. It's an invasion of Earth. Cooperate, and you might just survive. Now, after, again, this is about an hour, let's say an hour and 5 minutes. I shit you not, 10 minutes later in the movie, 10 minutes later, Venom has a change of heart saying, like, I have decided to stay on my planet. I am kind of a loser like you. Here we could be more. I'm beginning to like it here. And Eddie keeps asking why. You did, Eddie. I said, what? 10 minutes later? And you know what happens in that 10 minutes? Where you went from, we're here to take over the planet, cooperate, you might just survive, to, I'm a loser like you. You did, Eddie. You made me change my mind. You know what happens? I'll go step by step. And for people who love this movie, you can explain to me why the fuck Venom changes his mind. Please do. I'm baiting you to do it. I am baiting you to make me understand. In the 10 minutes, this is what happens, beat for beat. Tries to get to someone. It's a guy, sort of a doorman. Let's see his praise. No, he's my friend. I guess Venom goes to the world is not as ugly after all. Let's jump off here. Eddie Brock takes an elevator. Venom calls him pussy. SWAT guys come, where he grabs a bunch, moving through the smoke, throwing them, picks up a guy, uses him to hit other people with. There's Eddie's girlfriend who says, get in the car, in the back. And Venom goes, I like her. Get in. Why do you like her? Because she told you to get in the back seat of a car? That's why you like her? Wow, Venom is fucking easy date. He's an easy fucking date, I guess. Just get in the back of a car. If it was a female symbiote, I guess if I said get in the back of a car, then she'd blow my fucking dick out. Of every drop. That's how fucking easy I guess Venom is. And then she drives a car, and literally a drone from the bad guys is 2 feet away behind the car, follows them. They don't notice a fucking drone 2 feet behind them. Not even like hiding. It's literally like, you know, the back windshield? Now imagine like 2 feet behind. It's like hovering right behind them. I'm like, it's a little bit like if someone was on the back of the trunk is like looking in. And then this MRI thing where they get Venom out of his body, which you would think would make Venom more pissed off. Like, you were shocking me and told me to leave. But no, then he escapes, gets into a little fucking dog, while Eddie Brock gets tranquilized. Then they move him and ask him questions, and by this point, Riot has gotten and is possessing the lead bad guy. They're going to take Eddie out to shoot him in the woods. I don't know why they had to take him out to the woods. You could have just killed him right there. It's your fucking facility. And then his girlfriend is in the Venom suit and kills 3 people. Again, the only way I know she bit someone's head off is because she has to say in dialogue, "Oh my god, I bit his head off." Why, I didn't fucking notice. Thank you for telling me, movie. Kisses Eddie, the symbiote goes into him, and then that's where the dialogue, "I decided to stay on my planet. I'm kind of a loser, but here we could be more. I didn't like it here." Why? Really, what changed your mind? You did, Eddie. For what? What the fuck did Eddie do? He and the girlfriend helped force you out of his body. So then you had a scene where he got into a fucking little dog. Because you fought some SWAT cops. You call him a pussy because he didn't want to jump and took the elevator. That's like all that happens. And then he has a change of heart. Nope, I will not help them conquer the earth. I will stay here. Like, was a lot of shit cut out? Like, can someone explain that to me? If you're a fan of the movie, please, in the comments, explain that shit to me. It's fucking stupid. It's lazy. It's fucking lazy. If I want to watch a fucking possession comedy, I'll watch fucking Brain Damage with Frank Henenlotter, for fuck's sake. I didn't think I'd be watching a fucking comedy, and a lame one at that. There's no seriousness. You would think there'd be at least a little bit of seriousness with Venom, I would think. But there's none. Then you get the shitty fucking CGI fight. I don't know, CG versus CG. You try to understand what the fuck happened most of the time. Then the symbiote gets in a fucking shuttle, and Venom takes something, slides all the way down the rocket to make it explode. And then it cuts away, and Eddie Brock has a talk with his girl, his used to be girl, or new girl, whatever the fuck she is now. And then you get that scene from the trailer where they're in that store again. There's a robber. I thought that was a scene that was going to be in the middle, where it's them bonding. There should have been like 40 minutes. Just 40 minutes of these two bonding day-to-day life. Oh, that's a lot. No, it's not. If it's an hour and 40-minute movie, let's say if there's that, 25 minutes to set it up, 40 minutes, you still have like 35 minutes to tell the rest of your story. But no, they don't. And then even that, eats the guy, cut away, and then again, played as a joke. Hey, Mrs., I have a parasite. Because, like, she just saw the symbiote eat someone, and her reaction is, "What happened, Eddie?" You just saw this big motherfucker eat a robber, and your reaction is, "What happened, Eddie? What's going on?" As if, he chipped his fucking tooth or skinned his knee. I have a parasite, and then they leave. So this movie is just a fucking comedy with everything else. So much of it is bland, boring, forgettable, in one ear out the other, with stupid shit like a fucking dog being possessed by a symbiote, a turd in the wind. I don't give a fuck if that line was in the comics. I don't know if it is. If it is, then that's one line you should not have put into the movie, because it sounds fucking dumb and silly and stupid. And the way that the fact that that's one of the lines the movie ends with, it's fucking even more stupid. It was a bad line in the trailer. The fact that that's the last scene in the movie, fucking a turd in the wind. That says a lot. And like you can have a lot of the duality between Venom and Eddie Brock, and you know, you can have levity. I'm not saying it should have zero humor, but it also, you can have a balance. And give us a reason as to why the fuck Venom would change his mind. Give us more of that back and forth, like him looking at the reflection through the car window. More of those scenes. Like, this is a movie that should have been directed like a fucking David Fincher. Like the game. The game has little bits of levity with Michael Douglas, the way he talks with some people. But it's also, you know, telling a story. Yeah, I don't know what to say about this movie. I swear to God, I did not think I would hate this movie. I thought it would just be a time waster. I swear to God. And Tom Hardy, I would have preferred, I'll repeat myself, Frank Grillo, Carl Urban, Thomas Jane. I would have preferred any of those three over Tom Hardy. I'm not a big Tom Hardy guy. But of all the actors in the movie, yeah, he did the best, but I don't love him as much as other people did. Oh, the interactions he has with Venom. If you put all that together, you probably get 5 fucking minutes. The hands up, down, what are you doing? Calling him pussy because he takes the elevator. I liked her because she told you to get in the backseat of a car. Oh, the Stan Lee cameo before the last scene. Who is that man? Again, if you put them all together, it'd be like 5 minutes of the fucking movie. Because none of it even really comes into play like 35 minutes in. And even then, it's still cut away to our boring villain and our boring supporting character of the girlfriend and her boyfriend fucking doctor or Riot possesses someone going from point A to B to C, and then cutting back to Eddie and Venom. When it should have just been centered on those two characters. No girlfriends, no girlfriend, boyfriend, boyfriend's doctor. Hell, do you need a villain? I know it sounds stupid, but do you need a villain? Maybe the villain is, in a way, do you even need a villain now that I think about it? That's the typical thing to go with. Oh, we need a villain. Do you need one? Can it just be about Eddie and Venom, and then like half the film them dealing with this, and then the second half learning to cope with each other and dealing with criminals and villains? Not just one villain, but just I don't know. I see the potential what you could have with a Venom movie. Pacifying with PG-13. I would cast a different person, not Tom Hardy. I would not make it a fucking comedy. I would have some, at least put a couple dark themes. You would think Venom would be worthwhile of a movie to put that into. If not, then what the fuck else could you? You think you could put a little bit of darkness to Venom? I mean, he's fucking Venom. There's no darkness in this. It's about as dark as a fucking albino. There's nothing dark about this. It's just this trend of everything need to be a goddamn comedy. I'm getting fucking tired of it. I liked a lot of the MCU movies, But when you got to Infinity War, you don't need fucking comedy every 5 fucking minutes when it's supposed to be dire consequences. You can have levity, like Empire Strikes Back. That did levity amongst serious stuff. Star Trek II Wrath of Khan. That did some levity among a lot of serious stuff. You can have levity. This is between levity and comedy. But it's like people nowadays don't fucking get that or understand that. I keep harping that. And like the rest of stuff is bland and boring too. Like there's a lot of... If people like this film, you tell me why. I'm not going to get mad at you, but this movie was a bunch of bullshit in my opinion. Again, I'm just repeating myself. Fucking possessing little dolls, turds in the winds. Every goddamn action scene was in the fucking trailer. Tom Hardy diving into fucking lobster tanks. One of the more boring villains and boring supporting casts in a while. Boring fucking story. Shitty finale. Can you really say the finale fight was good? What was good about it? Please tell me. Fuck, you probably saw all of Venom himself in the fucking trailers. If you watch all the trailers, you've seen all of Venom himself. Lame ass bullshit. Weak as fuck film. See you guys later.